Hello everyone, this is Kevin Minge, and this is Kev's TV series. Alright, so I made it this far. And now, I'm on the last important topic, sort of. It is the Pokemon starters. So, and how this is important, I will discuss after for what you to know of what would be next. Of what would be next, I'm back to one topic. One topic, but still in Pokemon. And after I'm done with Pokemon, I may be doing some other Pokemon videos, but something else after that. But in the process, Stranger Things is on the way. Woohoo! And that Stranger Things will be about my favorite characters of Stranger Things throughout the series so far. And I hope you like my choices of who I like as great favorite characters from the Stranger Things series. But until I get there, I have these things to take care of after I'm done with this section. The final section of where I'm at. Sort of. But of what I'm mentioning about sort of, well, time to tell you the truth. The truth is, I'm still not done in Pokemon yet. Because, yes, I do have the Pokemon starters to talk about. But after the Pokemon starters, then I'm going to be ranking the regions. After ranking the regions, then I'll be ranking every companion Ash has traveled with, plus Ash himself is in the running too, with his companions, because how are you going to leave the protagonist out in the dust? I want the protagonist in of where I rank him to begin with. So much to that later. Then after that, then I'll be ranking all the games there is in Pokemon. After that, when I'm done with ranking the games, then I'm discussing the Pokemon types and what are my favorite types. Ranking my favorite types on what is the best type of all in the Pokemon world. And then I'm going to go upward, still in Pokemon, of what Ed Sheeran was inspired to. And after that, I'm going to make sure I make my song what I'm inspired to. So what Ed Sheeran was inspired to by Pokemon, he was inspired by how we took a reference to about the constellations. So everything by constellations in Paldea. So I will make sure that I'll be singing that in my cover. So I'll be doing a singing video till then. After that, it'll be another song. And it'll be my song that I'm going to create myself. Once I get that out there, that's going to be worth for the teleprompter. So the teleprompter will come back. You just gotta wait until I finish this up, and then boom. That will come, and then when I'm done with the songs I'm doing with, there will be other things besides Pokemon to talk about. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Stranger Things, or other things Pokemon related. But until then, it's time to get to the topic of the Pokemon starters. So, now to the topic at hand. Now since you understand what's coming after Pokemon starters, ranking the regions themselves. So, of how I see these Pokemon starters. First off, the only thing I get is the starters will always be fire, water, and grass. And this is how I see these starters. It's a matter of the first Pokemon of your choice. Then there's the second choice. And then it's the perverse. And when I mean perverse, I mean of how you're going to have a tough time taking on at the beginning, and then you would finally get some advantages down the road by having the perverse Pokemon. So I want to make sure that you would understand that. So, it's time for you all to know of a Pokemon I would first choose before ranking the starters. So, the first starters I would choose for you all to know is how I would like to see of how I would want to start my journey. Okay? My first choice in Kanto, Bulbasaur, a grass type. And it's perfect. I'm starting with a grass type, and what's weak to grass? Well, rock types, duh. And water types too. So I would have the perfect advantage early on in the Kanto region by taking on Brock and taking on Misty. Good thing grass types are super effective on water and rock. So I'm just going strategic in my choices. And what is super effective. Okay? But it's not always that. I would only choose what I would choose, even if that Pokemon would have a disadvantage to the typing they're weak to. So, now you understand why I want to pick Bulbasaur at the start, so I could have a good early on approach to take on Brock and to take on Misty, and of how I understand super effectiveness. But it's time for you to also know the other starter Pokemon that I would definitely first choose. So, like I said before, I would start off with Bulbasaur. Then, when I head to the Johto region, it's Totodile, Hoenn region, Trico. Perfect, right? Well, at the beginning for, well, Roxanne. She has rock types. So, I'll be good with winning the first badge, but maybe another badge later on, i.e., what's at the end? Water. Uh-huh. And Trico will be an amazing Sceptile by then. So, Bulbasaur, Totodile, Trico. Then it's Piplup in the center region, i.e. the same thing with Roxanne, Rourke, Rock. Water types, super effective. Tepig, Froakie, Litten, well, of course, well, although it has no Geminators, but you get the point. Yes, Litten and Alola. Sobble, and of my choice in the Paldea region right now for Gen 9, Sprigatito. So now you understand that. So, once I do these rankings, you'll understand what are the second choices to me, and the process of ranking the starter Pokemon. So now, it's time to get to the point on what I'm making. First choice and second choice, it doesn't matter, as long as they can help at the start, or in the long run, to say. So, in the Kanto region, this is where I'm going to be ranking Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander. So, I would have to say they're good types. They're good types to have. But of what would make them rank worthy? Well, it's just 3 Pokemon to rank, so I'll make this quick. So coming in number 3, coming in low. So what I'm referencing on down low is the perverse choice. Okay? Coming in down low is Charmander. Now, a reason why Charmander is down low, well, it's because of how you want to start off on your journey. Of course, you want to start off with a Charmander, but think about how you would want to start off your journey. If you understand what's super effective, even though you like that Pokemon, that's why Charmander is 3rd place. But it's not a bad Pokemon to have when you want a Charmeleon or a Charizard. But if you're in the anime, and you're wanting to wait until you would have that starter, imagine that starter is, well, there or not. Almost like, well, if you want to treat you are on a journey for a Let's Go reference, then you can have a good start when you would want to get them. So it's a good thing I would start off with the first Pokemon that I would choose. So, that's why Charmander is down low because of, well, of how you want to see your journey in a perspective. Intuition. So Charmander, I'm very sorry. You may be weak to fire and water, so this is what I'm taking into account. This is why you are 3rd place. 4, coming in 2nd place, we have is Squirtle. So I'm going to be like this for all the other types. Of how to consider your journey, okay? That's what I'm going to take into account on ranking these Pokemon to understand the perverse choice, the second choice, and then the top choice. Now, are you wondering if the first choice would be considered to be number 1? Well, let's find out. Well, since you understand Charmander is ranked number 3, what is ranked number 2? Number 2 is Squirtle. Number 2 is Squirtle. So sure, I would have a good start with Squirtle being a water type. It would definitely give another good advantage in the rock type gym, but it would definitely have neutral effectiveness when you get to the water type gym. So in other gyms down the road, you want to make sure you have the right Pokemon to take on that gym when it has that super effectiveness. So you want to make sure that you have that Pokemon beforehand when you head to Vermilion City or an electric gym per se. So I want to take that to account of Squirtle down the road. Yeah. Not gonna cut it when you would encounter the 3rd gym, unless you can surge with the Vermilion gym. So, sorry, that's why you're in 2nd place. You may be good at the start with the 1st badge, but you are neutral effective in the water type gym, the 2nd gym you would go to. But on the 3rd gym, yeah, I'm sorry. But this is how I'm strategic here. So, yeah, apparently it's like this. So, of what you understand of what's the perverse choice, the 2nd choice, and the perverse choice. And coming in number 1, well, how convenient. It's the first starter of my choice of what matters. So it's going to be like this for all the other starters. Maybe, but let's see down the road if I could keep it like this, maybe. So, now you understand my Kanto talked about the Pokemon starters for Kanto. So I'd say that's quick, only because we have 3 starters. So this is Kanto talked of the ranking in the Kanto region. So no more compasses here. Now it's just one simple thing of what is last, sort of, until after the last songs. So that's just going to go on down the road for right now. So since you already heard of what's down the road after this, thank you for listening. Bye.